So today on the Lewis Nichols Show, I'm so excited to be joined by an actual legend, of course, Mr. Bobby Ball. How are you?
I'm fine. Is that a legend or a legend?
Well, you say legend, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how are you coping in lockdown?
I don't live in Rochdale now. I live in a place called Lytham.
Right, okay.
Lytham St Anne's. We're coping all right, but it's this lockdown is like doing people's head in, I think. You know, it seems to be going on and on, you know. So, the worst thing about this lockdown is, now if you do anything, you've got to be 2 meters, you know. I got in bed with Yvonne last night. She said 2 meters.
So, Bobby, growing up, did you always have an interest in comedy and showbiz, or was it something did you get into it by chance?
Oh no, I've always done it. I used to do radio when I was 8.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and if you go back in records, many. I mean, I'm 76 now, but I was 8. But the guy called Jimmy Clitheroe, he was a small guy, and he used to do lots of radio, and I used to stand in for him because he had the same voice. It was a high-pitched type voice, a kiddie's voice. So I stood in for him, and then at about 14, with my sister, I was bringing more money in than my father, because we used to do the Yorkshire clubs. So we did the working men's clubs in Yorkshire. So,
wow,
yeah, I've done it all my life, really.
8 years old's really young, isn't it? Most people kind of say they got into it when they're 16, 17. You wouldn't expect 8. So how did you get into radio at 8? Was it kind of hospital radio or community?
No, it was proper radio. But what happened was, in those days, in the north, in Lancashire, was a big cotton area, cotton mills. And my mother used to work in the cotton mills and used to put me in the nursery. So they used to have concerts. So they put me on at the concerts. And one day, somebody from BBC were there, and they took me onto radio. And that's how it all started, really. So that I've never known anything different. So that's how it was from a child. I even had a license from the education committee to if I've got a gig, to do a gig instead of going to school. Entertainment license.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So again, how did you and Tommy actually meet them? Because a lot of us know you from your partnership.
When I got to be 15, I became. You'll be too young for all this, Liz, but I became what you call a teddy boy, because rock and roll had just come in fashion.
Yeah. And
I packed showbiz in saying because I thought it was for sissies. I realised it wasn't now. Anyway, so I packed it in for about 3 or 4 years, and then I started doing the clubs on my own as a singer. And then I was welding in the day and doing the clubs at weekend. And Tommy used to come, and I met Tommy welding in the factory, welding together. And he used to come and watch me at weekends. So I just said to him, I'll come and I'll teach you to sing if you want to learn. So I told him to sing. And then, oh no, that's right, you've only just reminded me. So I said to him, get a kit of drums and I'll teach the drum. And nobody knows this, but I taught him the drum. And we got a friend of ours in called Stan Moores, who was a pianist. And we started off as a trio called the Stan Moores Trio. I was singing, Tom was playing drums, and Stan was on the piano, and we did weddings. And then Stan left, and it left just me and Tommy. So Tommy came up, started singing with me, and that's how we started. We started off called the Harper Brothers. And then the Shirell Brothers, and then we watched the comedians, and we saw that they were getting £3 more than the singers. So we said, we'll be comedians. And that's how we started.
And again, it was kind of the right direction for you both, because, the Cannon and Ball show ran for nearly 10 years with 9 series. Now, that was what you'd call a traditional, family-friendly, it was a fun show. You kind of don't get that nowadays. So tell us how that opportunity actually came about for you, because that must have been a big moment for you both.
It was a massive moment. It ran from 1980 to 92, and we used to get, how many viewers, Von? Yeah, 20 million viewers.
Wow.
But it came about because we were suddenly, not as in the cabaret clubs then, we used to top the bill, and we'd never done any television. We had a following, a big following, without television. me and Tommy, and we got offered the Bruce Forsyth, we call the Bruce Forsyth Big Night Out. And it was a show that ran for 3 hours on a Saturday night with all different types of singing. And they put me and Tommy on doing a sketch during these 3 hours. And a man called David Bell, who ran London Weekend then, he's died now, but he was a blessing to show business. He saw the sketches, and he said that give them their own series. And that was it. And he gave us our own series. And that's when it started, really.
And you just mentioned the amount of viewers that you got. And if that was kind of in this day and age, you'd get an award for something like that, because those viewing figures are just unheard of nowadays.
Yeah. I know. It was, but it was a different, how can I say, it was more family entertainment then.
Yeah.
I can't explain. Families used to sit around and watch it together, you know. My two sons are a comedy double act right now. They're doing very, very well. And I tell them, right, be clean because you'll get more work than if you're dirty.
Right, okay.
And they took that on board. Yeah, and you do. If you look at all the great comics, none of them are blue.
Do you know, it's funny, I actually, because I mean, I'm 27, but I've seen you live some years ago. My mum and dad took me to the Hall for Cornwall in Truro in Cornwall, and it was brilliant to watch you because you saw my mum in the audience, and then you often went to her and she loved it. It was just so much fun, and for me to...
Because your mother?
Yeah. It was brilliant.
She's alive.
She is. No, she loved it. It was a special moment.
When you see it, tell us, Bobby said, he was only trying to pull you, but he must have done it the wrong way.
With working on a show that's successful and working closely with Tommy, were there times where tensions would come between you? Because to run such a successful show must have caused some issues. Of
course, me and Tommy's been together 56 years. And where a lot of people get this wrong, because they look for the badness, press and everything like this. But where they've got things wrong is, if you're in a double act, and 56 years we've been together, remember, it's like a marriage. So you go and have a row now and again.
Yeah.
But you make up after it. You say, come on, we're being stupid, and you carry on with your life. It's like a marriage. If a double act turns around and said they never row, they're telling lies. If you're in a marriage with your wife and say we've never had a row, you're telling lies. It doesn't mean you don't love her. It just means it's a double act. A marriage is a double act.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
And the next thing I want to ask is, of course, where did the famous catchphrase, rock on, Tommy, come from?
Now, if I tell you this, you won't believe it, Lewis, it's true. But David Essex, many years ago, had a song out called Rock On. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know that song.
Rock On, that's where it comes from.
Wow. So I would never have guessed that. I thought it might have been something you just said randomly at once and it stuck. I wouldn't have associated that.
That's where it came from. Because I used to just throw it away and go, rock on, just anywhere, didn't matter. And I used to sing it like him, rock on. And then I started saying, rock on, Tommy. That was it.
And the rest
and I'll tell you
just
another lovely story. When we first turned to comedy, I said to Tommy, what we'll do will be different. I will come in like I'm a punter from the back of the theatre or the club. Right? The club it were. I'll come from the back of the theatre and ask for your autograph. Like a punter. You come on as an act, I'll come on as a punter. From the back of the theatre, and can I have your autograph, please, Mr. Cannon? And get me on stage, we'll start the act. He said, okay. So, first night we did it, I walked down to the front and said, can I have your autograph, Mr. Cannon? I felt a hand on my shoulder. And it was a bounce and they threw me out.
That's
true story, that. Yeah.
And what surprised me, because obviously I wasn't aware of your work until I went to see you at the Hall for Cornwall, and my mum and dad were huge fans, so I didn't know what to expect, and I went there, and it was probably the most I had laughed out of any show that I've seen, because it was just so much fun, and it was kind of you, the faces, the physical comedy aspect that you would display was just incredible to watch.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate, yeah. Well, I like visual comedy. See, you won't remember me being 27, but my hero was a fella called Max Wall. Your mum will know who Max Wall is, and he was my hero. So he was I like physical comedy. If people just stand there telling stories and jokes, it doesn't do it for me. I need the physical, you know.
And I guess the next thing to kind of ask you is, obviously comedy has changed massively in terms of direction over the last few years. So from the comedy that you know and love to now, what are your thoughts on the current kind of comedy scene?
Well, I think it has to change, and I think people get different tastes for comedy, and it will change again, and it will change again, and it always has. So some of it I like, some of it I don't, so like everything, really,
And are there any comedians out there now that you're kind of a fan of, like, your Lee Evans, your Michael McIntyres?
Lee Evans, I love Lee Evans.
Yeah.
Because he's very physical, right? I like Michael McIntyre as well. Yeah, them are the two I really, really like. Oh, yes, I'll tell you my favourite. See, I'm forgetting my favourite. It's Peter Kay.
Oh, he's fantastic, isn't he?
Yeah, I love Peter, yeah. And a nice man.
But a lot of us will know you from your work in television and sitcoms. So I wanted to ask you, because obviously you've done a lot of live shows in regards to comedy. So what's the difference for you with working in TV and theatre? Do you have a preference over the two?
No, I like them all. I like everything. If I go into a play, I'll enjoy that. If I go into TV, I enjoy that. If I go in live, I enjoy that. The only thing with TV, it's more stricter. You can't start ad-libbing or go wherever you want. You've got to stick to that plot. That's what I like about it. I do like it. I like writing a lot, so I write a lot, so I like everything I do. There's nothing I don't really like better than anything else, really. I like it all. I'm blessed. I'm blessed for this.
And for me, a show that I just love is Not Going Out with the brilliant Lee Mack. So going back to you actually being in the show, was that something you had to audition for, or did they come and approach you?
Oh, no, they come and ask me. Yeah, because he's a big fan, Lee, so it were him that asked, could he be my dad? So that was it, really. Come and ask me, really. Yeah.
And it's one of the most successful comedy, current comedy shows on TV.
Yes, it is. It's very good. I enjoy doing it. It's very, very good. Yeah. I'll tell you, what's he called who plays the old actor? What's he called? Now, I'm looking at White. What's the guy who plays Jeffrey? Yeah. What's his name? No, in real life. Oh, the guy who plays Jeffrey, anyway. I think he's what a lovely human being.
I think he's called Jeffrey Whitehead.
Sorry?
I think he's called Jeffrey Whitehead.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. He's fantastic. I love him. I'm a big fan of his.
And another show that I loved was when you played Barry in Mount Pleasant. Now, do you have fond memories of working on that show? Because that, for me, is another. Every show that you're in is kind of you that I'm a fan of. So you make the show for me. So do you have fond memories of that?
I do, because everybody got on. Everybody were friends, and they stayed in touch after the show. So everybody got on. We're doing one now called the Cockfields, which is very similar to that. We're supposed to be going doing some more, but I'm not sure with this lockdown thing. So, yeah, I enjoyed every bit of that. Yeah.
And, moving over from the time in TV to something that I didn't expect was seeing you in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, because it's such a kind of a tough show in many aspects. So when they came to you and said, look, we want you to be involved, what made you at that time say, yeah, because it's something completely different for you?
I don't know, really. It was a challenge. I thought, I want to have a go at this. Get me out of here. My wife said, don't do it, Bob. I said, I'm going to have a go. So I had a go at it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but hang on a minute. What, love? I know, I loved it, yeah. I told her. I said, I want to go back. It's fantastic. Brilliant. Let me give you this one story, which I think you'll love. You will love this. So, I'm in the jungle. You've got to imagine me now. I'm in the jungle, right? I haven't had a drink because I like a glass of wine, right? I am starving, but more than anything, I'm missing Yvonne. I'm missing the wife, because me and her are very, very close, and I'm missing her like mad, right? But I'm in the jungle, I'm starving, right? I'm losing weight. I've got loads of mosquito bites, bites all over me from insects and all that. Right, but I'm desperate to see Yvonne. And they send me out, and I see her on that rope bridge. And we run to each other, like a film. And her first words to me, she says, "You don't know what I've been through." Because all the press were at her, you see,
Yeah.
asking her questions. So she was thinking, you don't know what I've been. I'm thinking, hang on, I've just been in that bloody jungle.
That's brilliant. I absolutely love that. So with a lot of people that we have on the show, we've done this with Martin Clunes, with Tim Healy. We give them a little bit of a quiz on their own careers. So we've got some questions for you. We want to see how well you do. So at the moment, the worst was Martin Clunes. He only got one correct. So we're going to see how you get on. So in 2018, you appeared in Benidorm, but what was the name of your character?
I don't know.
It was Ron Pickford.
What?
You starred in Last of the Summer Wine, but for how many episodes?
Bloody hell. I don't know.
3.
3? That's 3 series.
3 episodes.
3 episodes on Last of the Summer Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What was the name of your character when you appeared in Heartbeat? We're going back now.
You've got me now. I don't know.
Topsy Turner.
That's right, it was. Yeah.
In what year did you first appear in Not Going Out?
This is really hard, this. I'm going to get this. In what year? Right. What year was it? What are we now? We're 2020. 220. Not going out. 2017. 2017.
2009.
2009. She's right, the wife, yeah. 2009, yeah. Tell you what, you've done this to make me look really thick.
You created the cartoon series Juniper Jungle, but in which year did it first air on TV?
What year did Juniper Jungle first air? 20 years ago. 25 years ago.
It was, nearly 1992.
1992, yeah.
The next one is you played the role of Morris Morrissey in which comedy show?
Morrissey? I don't know.
It was The Fattest Man in Britain.
The Fattest Man in Britain, blimey. Yeah.
Another great one that was.
With Timothy Spall.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, number 7, you and Tommy were guest judges on a comedy reality TV show, but what was it called?
I don't know.
It was Show Me the Funny.
My wife wants to know this as well. We were judges on a comedy TV show. What was it? You haven't got a clue. She's always followed my career. Thank you.
Show Me the Funny.
Show Me the Funny. I can't remember that.
Do you know, this next one I think is going to be the hardest one out of the lot.
Go on.
So in the film The Boys in Blue, it saw you and Tommy as the lead characters, but what was the name of the town in the film?
I don't know.
Little Botham.
It was Little Botham, yeah.
You appeared in...
And can I ask you, I'm going to give you a question. Are you ready, Lewis? Are you ready? In the film Boys in Blue, right, who wrote the title music?
In The Boys in Blue?
Yeah.
Because you've asked me, I'm going to say it was you.
Yes, you're right. You were guessing there, though.
The next one is, you appeared in an episode of Casualty, but can you remember the year that you appeared?
What was it?
Casualty.
Casualty. What year did I appear in Casualty? It's difficult, this. I did do Casualty, yeah? I don't know. I've got to say I don't. I've got one right.
It was 2012. The last question is next for you now, so it's the last one. You appeared in the spin-off series to Heartbeat. So there was a spin-off series to Heartbeat. What was the name of the show? And it was a medical drama.
There was a spin-off for Heartbeat, and it was a medical drama. What was it? What was it? We don't know.
So you've beat a new record with no questions correct. It was actually The Royal.
The Royal, that right? Listen, he just told me I've made a new record because I've got one right. That's fantastic. What do you know about your career, Bobby? Nothing. Enjoyed that. That was great, that.
That was a trip down memory lane. Do you know, it's great for me to get to speak to you, because I think you're one of the legends of comedy, and, you know, comedy what it was back then. And it's, you know, I'm 27, and I always look back on the older comedy. I've got DVDs of you and Tommy live, because that for me
brilliant.
is what makes me laugh. It's fun, it's family friendly.
Thank you very much, listen. I'll tell you something, and this is not feathers up bottom, this is the truth. That's one of the best interviews. I've really enjoyed that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
I've really enjoyed it, yeah, because I'm not a lover of interviews, but that I've enjoyed it.